I absolutely love the frickin' Valve Steam Deck. It's an amazing device. I've been having a blast with this thing. And sure, it's a handheld PC, right? But it's a lot of fun. I mean, everything that Valve has done with this thing is pretty sweet. The price point, the specs, just the features of it. It's been a lot of fun. And I've had mine for a few months now. And for sure, even, before then, even at that point when I first got mine, it wasn't perfect. There's room for improvement. I can't really see anybody arguing otherwise because Valve, it does seem like they've been paying attention to everything out there, and every update that comes out seems to fix, issues that people are bringing up. So I'm digging that. I love that they're paying attention to that stuff and they're continually improving the Steam Deck. It's one of my favorite devices. I use it all the time. That's kind of strange for me because I deal with a lot of technology, a lot of gaming type stuff, and plenty of things I get my hands on, and it might be cool, but then it just gets set aside, collects dust. But this thing's been getting like daily use in my house. I use this thing all the time. It's a blast. It's really sweet. So we have a few little tidbits of Steam Deck news I just wanted to blast through real quick, because there's some interesting stuff, some huge news as well, in my opinion. So one of the big things, if you got one pre-ordered, pay attention, go to your pre-order page, see where you fall in that quarter, whatever that's going on as far as the expected release for you or shipment date type thing. But just a few days ago, they did announce a production update. It's good news. So essentially, they're not really having issues with chip shortage. Like, they're not like, oh, we got chip shortages. Sorry, we're going to have to bump everybody, beyond what you would have got, right? So they're saying that they're able to fulfill demand sooner than they'd estimated for everyone in the reservation queue. Many of the supply chain shortfalls that affect Steam Deck are gradually clearing up. So they're out there just taking care of business, I guess. I don't know. They're pulling these chips out of their ass or something, but they're not having issues like some other people may be, I guess. But they're continuing to ramp up production. They're able to produce more than pretty much what they expected. So they state, as of today, we've updated the reservation windows. Like I said, this was a few days ago, so July 29th. Many customers who are in Q4 or later will be bumped up to Q3, so July to September, instead of the October to December window. So that's pretty cool. Now, if you get in there on a new reservation, you'll most likely be in the Q4 bucket, the October to December. But that's still this year. That's not like dipping into going into next year, right? Like other companies, man, you try to pre-order their stuff, and it's like, who the hell knows when you're going to get it? So these guys are on point. They're handling business here, and I can definitely dig it. They're going to be getting these things in people's hands faster than they had estimated. I'm hyped for this thing. Even having one in my hands, I'm hyped for more people getting these things. I'm looking forward to the eventual, version 2 at some point. But in the meantime, I'm hoping to enjoy this thing for at least a few years before, that gets announced type of thing, right? And don't want to have a issue like, boom, they're going to just, after the first year, hey, we got a new one coming out type of thing, right? I hope that's not the case. Now, you probably can't see the actual website I'm on, but I just wanted to bring this up real quick. So, steamdeck.komodo.jp, and it does say Komodo up there. So, this right here is pretty cool, and it kind of falls into that, like, hey, they're not really having production issues too much, it appears, because now they're releasing this later this year in East Asian countries. They just announced this earlier, yesterday? So Steam Deck's going to be launching in Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, and Hong Kong with the help of Komodo, their authorized reseller in those regions. So if you're in Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, Hong Kong, if you're native to those countries or you are living in one of those countries, you can pre-order one. That's pretty sweet. So they're expanding availability. That is a good thing. Now, I want to quickly go through, and it does state that on the news section here, that they're happy to announce all that. So that's pretty sweet. But I wanted to go through real quick the latest update with SteamOS version 3.3, as there's a lot of good stuff here. I'm not going to go over everything. But they did just release a bug fix right after the new client update and the SteamOS update. So general stuff, achievement pages, overlays, also, there's a lot of little things that they fixed and have added. Added a button to clear entered text in the search bar. That's a welcome addition, right? Fixed the Xbox login window for Flight Simulator and Halo Infinite, not rendering certain characters properly. Good. Steam input, added missing deck buttons for gyro enabled and button chord options. So there's that. Keyboards, big one right here. Added support for the simplified Chinese, Japanese, and Korean keyboards. So obviously with them launching in other regions, yeah, they're going to be adding those keyboard, support, right, for those regions, right? Now, they also fixed the desktop mode keyboard sometimes failing to show or dismiss. Like when you would hit that button like Steam and X and it would pop up, sometimes it would pop up, sometimes it wouldn't. It would like pop up then disappear type of thing. I've been testing like the things that I felt were important that affected me, and pretty much everything here that they've noted I haven't had an issue with, other than one. I'll kind of bring that up in a second. It's not the hugest deal in the world because I'm not even 100% what it is, but we'll talk about that in a second. So fixed on-screen keyboard showing up under the Steam or Quick Access menu. Update keyboard behavior for improved fast typing on trackpad and touchscreen. Pressing a key while holding another key will now commit the held key instead of waiting for the first to release. Fix some touch styling issues with the virtual keyboard. Cool. And then now there's in your system updates, if your console didn't like immediately update, you just go to the settings and update from there type of thing. But they now have 3 different channels for what you want to commit to as far as updates. Stable, which is recommended for most people and what I'm just going to stay at. But I do pay attention to what's being released in beta to kind of get an idea of what they're going to be bringing up next. Because the beta is essentially testing for stable, right? That's essentially what it is. So it's new features and it updates frequently. You can go ahead and jump into that beta, which has been on there, like the stable and then the beta. Now they have a preview, so testing for new Steam and system level features, and it's updated frequently. You may encounter issues. The option will install Steam Client Beta and the Steam OS Beta. You'll also only see patch notes for the update channel you've selected. I recommend staying in stable, but just paying attention to the news as far as what's in beta, that kind of thing, to see what to look forward to type of thing, unless you really want to participate in all that. But I prefer stability, like, you ain't paying me to test it type of thing. But some people do enjoy getting those features early, right? And then a bunch of performance and stability fixes, which is good. Desktop mode, a lot of fixes. Updated Firefox to be installed as a flat pack rather from the OS repository, so you get timely updates. Resize the virtual keyboard and desktop mode to the appropriate dimensions. Sometimes that would be funky, man, all over the place. And then also added support for the Qamba. I'm not even sure how you say. I know the damn brand Qamba, Qamba, whatever. The Obsidian and the Dragon arcade sticks in desktop mode has been added support. There's added support for. And then in docked mode as well, added option to scale the Steam Deck user interface for external displays. These were problems that we were talking about the other day. There's a toggle for automatic scaling for the user interface for external displays. Added the ability to adjust the image display settings for external displays that have overscan issues, and the panel fixed the panel staying off when displaying from dock shortly after resuming from sleep, and fixed that panel backlight staying on while docked. That was an issue that I brought up that I had experienced a few times. It seemed like once every 3 or 4 times I would get that type of thing, and I've tested it over and over again after this fix. I don't have the backlight staying on while docked at all anymore, because I'd mentioned hit the power button, go to the sleep mode, and then turn it back on, and the screen will go off. You don't even have to worry about that. It just works. I do notice if you jump from desktop to game mode or vice versa, the screen on your Steam Deck will probably turn on for a second or two or a few, and then turn off once it switches to that either desktop or the game mode, right? The other OS. It'll turn on, but then it just turns off right away. And then they had audio and Bluetooth fixes. You could read those down below. Fixed audio out on some capture cards. So this is the one that I mentioned that I'm still having an issue with, but it seems like when I capture, video and audio on my capture card, my PC, and this isn't going to be a problem for most people unless you're capturing footage on a YouTube channel, but it seems like an emulation, like EmuDeck, sometimes I have that issue where the audio will get jacked up. But playing normal games that are, you know, actually, you know, in the Steam library, I haven't had an issue. So it could just be something with EmuDeck with the emulators and whatnot. I don't know, but I've had it happen a few times. Not the hugest deal, but worth pointing out. So yeah, a lot of updates, a lot of cool stuff. I love the Steam Deck. Just going to continue talking about it, even if you guys don't watch these videos, which, you know, I'm not a Steam Deck dedicated channel, but I love it. Love emulating, playing retro games and new stuff on this device. I have a lot of fun with it. Really enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. Bye.